list, in our number 10 spot, we have Sprite Remix. Sprite Remix was a line of colorless sodas. The flavor was based upon regular Sprite, but there were actually different flavors of Remix, such as Tropical and Berry Clear. These sodas were released in the early 2000s, and along with the release of the regular Remix sodas, they also released Remix flavor packets that you could pour into your regular Sprite in order to remix it up. In 2005, Sprite Remix was sadly discontinued, but there's a little secret you may or may not know. In 2015, the tropical flavor of Sprite Remix was re-released under a new name and now goes by Sprite Tropical Mix. So if you're missing your hit of Sprite Remix, there is still some hope. In our number 9 spot today, we have Coca-Cola with lime. Okay. If you've worked in a restaurant before, you know how popular Coca-Cola is served with a wedge of lime. So it only makes sense that Coke would have made their own version. In 2005, Coke released Coca-Cola with lime, and it is quite literally exactly what it sounds like. They actually released Diet Coke Lime first in 2004, and it was such a hit that they released the regular version of it as well, but unfortunately, this one wasn't being as widely consumed as the diet version. This Coca-Cola product had the exact same recipe as the regular, but it just featured that twist of lime. While Diet Coke with lime still exists, there are only a few countries that still carry regular Coke with lime. I definitely think that they should bring this one back because not everyone enjoys drinking diet sodas. And I don't want to have to cut up all those limes anymore. In the number 8 spot today, we have 7-Up Gold. 7-Up Gold is one of the older sodas on this list as it made its first appearance in 1987. It was actually originally supposed to be released as a Dr. Pepper brand soda, but for some reason they decided to switch it up as a 7-Up release. This soda was brown in color and had a spicy cinnamon ginger flavor, which sounds very good, but unfortunately it just wasn't a hit. People speculate that it may have been the color that people didn't enjoy or the caffeine content. People would be turning to other brands such as Coca-Cola for a brown caffeinated soda rather than to 7-Up where they expect a caffeine-free lemon lime drink. This soda was discontinued in 1989, but I truly think that there might be a place for 7-Up Gold in 2021. We could use a new soda to mix things up a bit after all. In our number 7 spot today, we have Pepsi Blue. This is one that I can remember well from being a kid. Pepsi Blue came out in 2002 as a result of them tasting over 100 different flavors over a 9-month period to get it just right. This flavor was specifically marketed towards teenagers, which is why it had a bright blue color. While Pepsi described the flavor as berry, it definitely was more like a cotton candy kind of flavor with a kind of berryish aftertaste, and it certainly was very sweet. It actually did decently well, but there was backlash over the use of Blue 1, which was what was used to color the drink blue. This coloring agent is highly controversial and many countries don't allow it, and this is what led to the demise of the pop as it was discontinued in 2004. Here's the crazy thing though. As of filming this video, it was literally just announced 2 days ago that they will be bringing back Pepsi Blue this year. I truly can't wait to try this soda again that I remember so fondly from my childhood. In our number 6 spot today, we have Coke Black Cherry Vanilla. Coke Black Cherry Vanilla and the diet version of this flavor were released in 2006 as Vanilla Coke was being phased out and Cherry Coke was being renamed Coca-Cola Cherry. This combo of flavors was certainly expected to be a hit, but sales were just not there with this one for some reason. Maybe it was just too much. Black Cherry Vanilla Coke was averaging 4% of sales, while the diet version was averaging 3%. This was even worse than Coca-Cola Lime was doing, as it was at 9% at the same time, and like we previously discussed, those sales weren't even good enough for it to be continued. This led to this flavor line being discontinued in 2007. I'm not sure where these pop machines are. I think they're called Coke Freestyle machines, but sometimes there are those machines where you can choose the kind of soda and then the different flavor choices. So if you truly miss the cherry vanilla combo, it still lives on through those dispensers. In our number 5 spot today, we have Coca-Cola C2. This soda was first released in Japan in 2004, and then it saw its rollout in the US shortly after. This was a soda that was created in order to jump on the trend of sodas with a lower amount of carbohydrates, since during this time, diet trends like Atkins were extremely popular. This soda featured half the carbs, calories, and sugar that is seen in regular Coke, but it contained a ton of aspartame, sucralose, and fructose corn syrup. This soda simply just just didn't sell well. It could have been due to the logo being slightly different than traditional Coca-Cola branding, but it also could have been due to the release of Coca-Cola Zero, which was the zero-calorie version, and those sales were doing much better. Coke held on to hope for this one for a few years, but C2 ended up being discontinued in 2007. In the end, there was also the release of Coca-Cola Life, which would feature stevia as an ingredient, which would make the use of all of those insane artificial sweeteners unnecessary, and that probably was the best course of action for the company. In our number 4 spot today, we have Lifesavers. When I talk about Lifesavers, we're all going to think of the candies, but at one point, they actually made a Lifesaver soda. This soda was created in the 80s, and while it did really well in taste tests, once it hit shelves, it totally tanked. People aren't exactly sure why it did so poorly, but there is speculation that it has to do with the fact that the soda and the candy were basically the exact same thing, save for their state of consistency. At the time of the launch, people were more interested in the sodas that made people feel like they were making a healthy choice rather than a soda that was basically just liquid candy. All in all, I truly think that a Lifesaver soda could be a hit, and I'm surprised that the sales of it didn't do better the first time around. In our number 3 spot today, we have Mountain Dew Pitch Black 2. Okay, so Mountain Dew is one of the most controversial sodas just in general. They have had some absolute hits over the years, but their discontinued list is extensive. Pitch Black 2 was released in 2005 during the Halloween season and was the follow-up to the 2004 original Pitch Black soda. Both sodas were grape flavored, but this one was said to feature a sour bite. Many people who tried this soda explained that it tasted like candy, which obviously paired well with the Halloween theme. While the original Pitch Black soda did very well, this second version just did not have the same success. This was just a seasonal release, however, so regardless of the sales, the soda was never intended to stay on shelves. In our number 2 spot today, we have Surge. This soda was originally called Urge upon its initial release in Norway, but thankfully was renamed Surge when it began being distributed in more countries. This soda was originally released in 1997 as an answer to the release of Pepsi's Mountain Dew, and features that green-yellow color and that same sort of flavor. The commercials for the soda call it a fully loaded citrus soda with carbos. I have no idea what carbos are, but it clearly caught the attention of some people. This soda was discontinued in 2003, but people just could not handle the loss. This led to there being full-on movements related to this soda, and Coke actually listened. It started off in 2014 being re-released on Amazon Prime, but now it has become more widely available in some states as well as some other countries. So I guess this is one soda that was discontinued but is halfway back on the shelves? In our number 1 spot today, we have OK Soda. OK Soda comes from the Coca-Cola company, but it is much different than most things we have seen from them over the years. OK Soda was introduced in 1993 and it was targeting Generation Xers. It featured a neo-noir style branding, which was a design style that was based off of film noir, but for some reason the marketing was extremely strange, with them giving the soda some intentionally negative publicity. Basically, the whole idea behind it was to target the youth at the time who knew that they were being manipulated by the mass media. Instead of trying to continue this manipulation, they attempted to be more transparent about it, which is a super smart idea, but the delivery was where it lacked. The marketing ended up making the soda seem awful, as they focused on the feeling of the soda rather than the taste. They even actually advertised it at one point as carbonated tree sap. This led people to not being intrigued, as they felt they went too far in the opposite direction with the marketing, which ended up still making the youth at the time feel like they were being manipulated. This soda featured a more citric taste and is often referred to as tasting like swamp water, which is when you mix a bunch of different sodas all together. This soda ended up being discontinued in 1995, but it maintained a bit of a cult following, with some cans being sold on eBay for hundreds of dollars. In the end, I think the soda didn't really have anything to do with its downfall, and it certainly had more to do with the failed marketing strategy. Maybe one day, OK Soda will return with a vengeance.
Starting us off like we always do, and at number 10, McDonald's fried apple pies. I had no idea that this one was discontinued. Well, I guess it is discontinued now. Well, how many of you guys remember the old-fashioned McDonald's fried apple pies? I mean, I know I do. I definitely miss it. Well, this was hands down one of the tastiest things that you can buy at McDonald's other than the quarter pounder with cheese. Make sure it's no onions for me, please. I hate onions. I'm not sure why people cook with onions. I think for me, it's not the taste, it's the texture. I know, I'm a little bit weird. Well, they actually changed this food item because the obesity rate was on the rise, and the apple pies, well, them being deep fried, yeah, that causes a problem. So up until 1992, all McDonald's apple pies were deep fried. Okay, wait a minute. So this was discontinued in 92. Okay, maybe I haven't had the proper version of the deep fried apple pies. I was probably just thinking of the normal apple pies. I'm like, okay, how are those discontinued? I know I haven't ordered it in so long, and I guess the regular apple pies are still available, but the deep fried version, probably the yummy version, is no more. Well, you know what? Luckily for some of you guys, parts of the world as in like Hawaii, Mexico, Brazil, Greece, Ireland, Egypt, and Hong Kong, they still have it. Number 9, we got Taco Bell XXL Chalupa. I'm probably pronouncing that horribly wrong. Let's try again. We have the Taco Bell Chalupa. I'm pretty sure that's right. Well, it was sadly only available for the summers of 2010, 2011, and it became a lot of people's favorites. So why get rid of it? The extra large Chalupa was 57.5% larger than the original. So packed inside of it was ground beef, lettuce, tomatoes, cheddar cheese, and nacho cheese sauce, red strips, and topped with reduced fat sour cream. This played a huge favorite amongst Taco Bell lovers because it was a one-stop shop to get your craving fix. Number 8, we have Taco Bell. I mean, Taco Bell is the best, like in the current moment of eating it, but then the aftermath of Taco Bell, some people contemplate if it was worth it. I think it's always worth it at the end of the day. Well, in a number 8, we have Taco Bell's Volcano Burrito. I remember when this one came out, it was insane. Who remembers this flaming hot burrito? I never tried it, but I do have a buddy whenever a new item comes out, he always tries it. Well, it was available for 4 years from 2009 to 2013. I mean, it was almost like a presidential term. This burrito was out for 4 years, but then it was taken off most Taco Bell menus. It had meat, rice, crunchy red tortilla strips, and the fiery lava sauce. If you guys want to try this burrito, well, you're gonna have to go to South Korea or Ireland. Those are the 2 countries that still have it today. Coming at number 7 is Wendy's Bacon and Blue Burger. Okay, when you think of Wendy's, do you think of gourmet food? No, when you think of fast food, you're not thinking gourmet. Well, they tried to do gourmet fast food. Well, this burger included a quarter-pound patty, 4 strips of applewood smoked bacon, blue cheese crumbles, sauteed onions. I mean, when you use the word sauteed onions, yeah, that's pretty gourmet to me. I don't know how to saute onions. I'm a pretty bad cook. I don't know how to make much. And it also has steak sauce inside of it. It sounds expensive to make. I wonder how much they sold it for. Well, you know what? It actually sounds pretty delicious if you ask me. Of course, again, you gotta remove the onions. Just remove them. Well, unfortunately, this burger was a mess to eat, which probably contributed into it being discontinued. When foods become messy to eat, I just avoid it. I don't know. Taking number 6 slot, we have Pizza Hut's Triple Deckaroni Pizza. I kid you not. This ooey gooey cheesy goodness came with 3 layers of varieties of meats and cheeses. Not quite a deep dish, not quite a regular pizza pie, not quite a pizza. Well, this creation had the perfect amount of unhealthiness to satisfy any craving. I mean, the more unhealthy the food, why does it taste so damn good? Well, this was released and discontinued in the 90s, and we're still missing it today. And you know what? Let me know what year you guys were born, and then I might do some research of what year you were born and what was discontinued that year for a future video. Number 5, we have the iconic KFC Double Down. KFC is probably one of my favorite fast food. I wish they sold just a bucket of skins. I would pay 20 bucks for that. I think it's worth it. I just want the skins and ketchup and a little bit of gravy. I love the KFC gravy. Okay, well, let me know if you guys remember this one, the KFC Double Down. Once it was released, it became instantly iconic with how deliciously greasy it was. This sandwich was a chicken sandwich in its most literal sense. It contained bacon, cheese, and sauce between 2 perfectly fried chicken breasts, and they can come either regular or spicy. I know I'm a brown guy, but I don't do so good with the spiciness. I know my dad's probably pretty upset about that. I mean, he's brown, he has pepper in his fridge that he just snacks on, and he's probably very disappointed in me. Well, you know what? Let's move on from one disappointment to another. At number 4, we have the Burger King's Whopperito. Well, this was exactly what it sounds like. Actually, the Whopperito, which was available for a short stint in 2016, was basically a Whopper wrapped up like a burrito. And yeah, you better bet yourselves that my buddy tried this. And I would just order this just to say, can I get the Whopperito? It sounds sick. It had ground beef, lettuce, tomatoes, of course onions, pickles, and it was wrapped up in a tortilla instead of a bun. Oh, and also has a queso on it. And that's just to add the Tex-Mex vibe they were sort of trying to go for, but it kind of failed. Number 3, we got Taco Bell again. We got the Taco Bell Beefer. I mean, what a tongue twister. Can I get the Taco Bell's Bell Beefer, please? Or in other words, the exact opposite of the Whopperito. This Frankenstein creation contained taco beef, cheese, lettuce, salsa, onion, and mild sauce, all served on a bun burger style. It ran for about 20 years into the mid-90s, and it hasn't been around since. Moving right along, in at number 2, we have McDonald's. And we're talking about the McDonald's McLobster. It's kind of weird that McDonald's sold lobsters, and wasn't there a time where McDonald's sold pizza as well? Kind of weird. And you know what? Why did that get discontinued? Pizza is one of the biggest things. Imagine McDonald's pizza, like ordering that on Uber Eats. Well, going back to the McDonald's McLobster, this seafood sandwich is technically still available today, but it's only in the Atlantic Canada and New England, and only in the summer when there's plenty of lobster to go around. So it's definitely a seasonal item. Well, the McLobster is really just McDonald's version of a lobster roll made with lobster sauce, and shredded lettuce, hopefully no onions on it, and it's served on a hot dog bun. Honestly, it sounds like a pretty decent and an affordable alternative to the real thing. I mean, I'm only assuming that the McDonald's McLobster is no more than like $4 or $5. And if we were to go to a restaurant and order a real lobster, it's probably a lot more than that. So at least you get the taste of lobster for a good price. Finally, number 1, we have the Burger King's Angriest Whopper. This burger was like the big brother of its predecessor, the Angry Whopper. The angriest Whopper of all time is this one. Well, the Angriest Whopper had, of course, a beef patty with crispy onion petals. So this thing isn't sauteed or like diced. This thing got crisps. Yeah, they added this crispy onion petals, thick bacon, cheese, jalapeno, and angry sauce. I don't know what makes this sauce so angry, but you better calm down. But the thing that really set this apart was the bright red bun that claimed to have hot sauce baked right into it. Apparently it wasn't an insanely spicy burger, but it still had a good heat level. For me, any pepper is a pretty good heat level. Honestly, I kind of want to see what this tastes like. It sounds like a good idea. You know what? All these items on this list sounds a good idea to make a return.
Coming into number 10, we have Reese's Peanut Cup McFlurries. Ho ho, mama! Get me some of that peanut buttery goodness. Yes, I need you. What a soft serve whip of absolute joy. Sadly, the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup McFlurry was a limited time only thing, which is outrageous as Reese's are for life, not just for promotional periods. Other people feel my rage too. In 2015, a Facebook page was made demanding a return of the sweet treat. Sweet treats for life. Things are getting pretty dark. At number 9, we have the Black Taco from Taco Bell. I feel like I expressed my feelings on food dyed black for marketing reasons when we discussed the Black Burger King burger in a previous video. For me, it's just unnecessary and black mouth. That said, I did enjoy the Unicorn Frappuccino, which is the definition of unnecessary, so what am I talking about really? The Blackjack Taco was released in 2009 and was literally just a standard ground beef taco in a black shell. It pretty much just uses a girl in sexy thigh-high black boots to sell the snack, which, I don't know, what total genius thought of that? It's like absolute generic marketing at its very best. And you have to wonder if actually some people go out there to buy the food because they think that they're gonna see an attractive lady and they're gonna flash them a bit of leg. Tacos? No. Yes. Another Taco Bell offering at number 8, we have the grilled stuffed nacho. Okay, their spelling of stuffed is really offensive to me, like extremely offensive. Other than their lack of basic literacy, the stuffed nacho actually did look pretty good. Folded into a nacho chip shape, this was basically a burrito with cheese, beef, nacho pieces, sour cream and salad, all rolled up in a flour tortilla wrap. This was discontinued in 2013, but it did make a brief re-emergence in 2015 before it sadly disappeared again. This actually sounds gross. At number 7, we have the Pizza Hut hot dog stuffed crust. Blech. I actually actually once tried their hamburger stuffed crust and that was disgusting, but hot dog is next level. If I want a hot dog, I'll have a hot dog. If I want a pizza, I'll have a pizza. But I'm not sure that the two pair well. Mainly because I suspect the quality of the hot dog was like a little bit below par. So this abomination started in Canada, where the pizza actually had a giant hot dog stuffed around the circumference, like a really big curly sausage. Sounds like an innuendo. So this happened in 2012 but was discontinued shortly after. Then in 2015, little hot dog bites around the crust started emerging in American Pizza Hut stores. These were meant to be pulled off and dipped in mustard, which I guess I can kind of get on board with. You cannot find the original whole sausage version anywhere anymore, and the USA only has some locations that still have the little sausage bite versions. Okay, up next, this one is for all of my Nando's loving British people out there. Coming in at number 6, we have the Nando's Churrasco Thigh Burger. The Nando's Churrasco Thigh Burger was the original Nando's chicken burger, and I loved it. The Churrasco burger was flame grilled chicken thighs with crunch fino coleslaw, cheddar cheese, Churrasco Peronaise on a Portuguese roll. Now this beauty was axed to make way for the Sunset Burger. The Sunset Burger is 2 flamed grilled peri-peri chicken thighs, melted cheese, spinach, smoky red pepper jam, and it's all on a sweet bun. I for one say no to the sweet bun. I want me a roll. I also want coleslaw and the Peronaise. I'm also not sure that I want this new red pepper jam. Give me back the original, you absolute swines. From one chicken place to another, at number 5 we have the KFC Buffalo Snacker. Like all respectable discontinued fast foods, the Buffalo Snacker has its own Bring It Back or Else Facebook page, although it has a paltry 400 likes. The Buffalo Snacker was kind of like the Chicken Little but with buffalo chicken, a firm favourite in America. From a picture of it, it looks like you got buffalo wings and like a sticky buffalo sauce served with 2 rolls. It seems like these tasty little treats were discontinued circa 2010. The creator of the Facebook page shared the number to call to ask for it to be brought back. So if you want it brought back, then call this number, 1-800-225-5532. Just say you watched this video, Rebecca sent you, and you want your chicken. Now, coming into number 4, we have the Pizza Hut Bigfoot Pizza. The Bigfoot was a huge pizza with square slices that had its day in the early 90s. You got 3 to 6 different toppings, it was huge and only $10.99. It was great for a pizza party or even just a personal party, because for me, pizza makes any situation a party. I'm actually devastated that this big old slice of joy was last served in the mid-90s. We are taking things back to the vintage year of 1992. Next at number 3, we have the McJordan Special. 1992 is Michael Jordan's year, so McDonald celebrated by giving him his very own limited edition burger, basically a quarter pounder with bacon and a special barbecue sauce. How special? Well, I'll tell you. In 2012, a bottle of that very same Michael Jordan special sauce was sold on eBay for almost $10,000. So someone out there really missed that sweet discontinued taste. Okay, I could actually shed a little tear for this. At number 2, we have the discontinued Papa John's Cinnapie. I am all about a dessert pizza, but when fast food companies offer them, I always find them to be a flash in the pan. They're always gone way too soon. So I'm not talking about a pizza-shaped giant cookie either. No. A proper dough sweet pizza like Papa John's Cinnapie. If you had room left after your cheese feast of a first course, this Cinnapie, which is basically cinnamon and icing covered dough, would like totally sort you right out. Yum. More than one slice and yeah, you would feel sick, but that is the beauty of the dessert pizza. It's a meal ender. I feel like when I talk about food, I get really excited and animated and flap my arms. Food arms. Ow. Finally, at number 1, I dreamed a dream of classy burger times gone by. We have the Burger King Dinner Basket. In 1993, Burger King trialed a table service dining experience. While guests waited for their dinner baskets, they were served complimentary popcorn. Popcorn at Burger King. Then, when the basket arrived, they would be treated to either a Whopper, steak sandwich, meatloaf sandwich, or chicken dinner, a shrimp dinner, or fried clams in a basket. Then they got 2 sides, either fries or a baked potato, and coleslaw or a salad. Very fancy. In the end, the fancier eating experience was ditched, which I think boo. Boo drink to that.
Starting off at number 10 is Mountain Dew with cane sugar. Is it just me, or is cane sugar way better than traditional high fructose corn syrup? It's not that it's healthy, but I do feel better about the idea and the taste of using natural sugar. This was really the perfect mouth-watering drink on a hot summer day. What do you guys think? Is cane sugar the way to go? Do we need to get it back or what? I mean, it really just sounds cooler. Cane sugar sounds like something you have to fight a sugar bear for, and it's so rare you can only buy it on the black market. But I can understand why this one didn't get picked up. Mountain Dew drinkers don't want cane sugar. They want 360 no-scopes and backflips off of skateboards, and I don't blame them. All that stuff is awesome. Coming in at number 9 is Pepsi Blue. Remember this eye-catching bevy? It was definitely one of the coolest drinks in my teenage years. Its flavor is the result of PepsiCo taste testing over 100 flavors over a 9-month period and choosing the best one. So why is this one gone? I could totally see this being a popular sweet slushie for the summer. Imagine putting that much work into something and then you just have to throw it out. They should at least bring it back seasonally like we do with the McRib. Filling out the number 8 slot is crushed pineapple. Well, we all know pineapple decorations are huge right now, so maybe we should bring back this exotic pineapple drink. Take a sip of this flavorful drink and it will have you feeling like you're chilling on a tropical island. Sign me up. Maybe I'll share this succulent bevy with Jack Sparrow. I mean, I don't know if Jack Sparrow mixes his rum with anything or if he just drinks it straight out of the bottle. Maybe I could teach him the finer ways of enjoying booze. I'll even put one of those little umbrellas in it for him. On another note, how good would it be if we made this crushed pineapple drink into a crushed pineapple popsicle? Oh my god, seriously, we need to bring this back right now. At number 7, we have Coca-Cola Black. Coffee lovers unite. We gotta get this one back now. This delicious drink had the sweet taste of Coke and all of its flavorful mixes with the sensational, perfect taste of coffee. It was almost like a coffee flavored candy, as sweet as Coca-Cola is, but with the extra caffeine hit. I mean, you think soda companies would want to keep this product on the shelves. We all know how seriously addicted people are to coffee. Perhaps this would make it more socially acceptable to drink soda early in the morning and get that little extra jolt of energy you need. What do you think? I mean, no judgment if you're a morning soda drinker. You do you. But that being said, that would be a hard person for me to deal with. It takes at least 2 hours for my brain to get going in the morning, and I don't know if I would be able to handle someone that has orally injected double stimulants into their body. I could bring this one back and make a pairing with Wendy's, like a Coca-Cola Black inspired Frosty. I would definitely try that. Now at number 6 is the Hubba Bubba soda. Seriously, one of the coolest cans out there. Reminds me of something that Baby Spice from the Spice Girls would drink. But seriously, if you like sweet drinks, this bubblegum flavored goodness is something you need to try. It was always a favorite at birthday parties. This drink is perfect for all of those kids who wanted to swallow their gum as a kid, but were too scared because they thought it would stay in their body for 7 years. Quick check, can we get an information check on that? Is that real? I don't know. We might have to do a list of top 10 gum urban legends. Ooh. I imagine this one is tough on the teeth with all that sugar causing the cavities. Maybe dentists are behind having this one taken off of shelves. Or maybe it would give them more business. Thoughts? Either way, we should bring it back. Coming in at number 5 is Orbit's Soda. Now, this one definitely wins for the coolest, most interesting, unique sodas out there. This soda is definitely Instagram worthy. This fruity drink had delicious, sweet, floating edible balls. Balls. To be honest, it made your drink look like a lava lamp, but be sure it was delicious. The small balls would be floating in the drink due to their nearly equal density to the surrounding liquid. They would remain suspended, assisted by an ingredient known as gellan gum. The gellan gum provided a support matrix, something like a microscopic spider web, and had a visual clarity approaching that of water, which increased with the addition of sugar. You could get a variety of different flavors, including blueberry, melon, strawberry, raspberry citrus, and vanilla orange. We need more unique things like this on the shelves, please. At number 4, we have Mellow Yellow. This citrusy drink was actually anything but mellow. It had a super high caffeine count that was 17 milligrams more than Coke and had 7 milligrams more sugar than Coke. Not only that, but it was really an explosion of flavor. There have been 3 different flavor variants of this drink in North America. Mellow Yellow Cherry was released in response to Mountain Dew Code Red. The other 2 variants were Yellow Mellow Afterglow, which is a peach flavored Yellow Mellow, and there was Yellow Mellow melon. All three of these were available for limited time only. Luckily, yellow mellow cherry is still available at Coca-Cola Freestyle machines and is still available in limited markets, but still not easy to find. Which one was your favorite? Personally, I loved yellow mellow cherry. Ugh, the memories. It would be amazing to chug one of these back and then go for a serious sprint on a treadmill until you pass out, or until someone makes a video of your freak speed and they upload it to Instagram and you become Instagram famous. You go viral. That would be amazing. Filling out number 3 is Pepsi Twist. This lemon flavored Pepsi was a serious hit. It had the perfect crisp lemony soda taste. So many people add citrus to their Pepsi, so this one just saves time. You don't have to cut up any lemons or limes. Imagine the time you could save in the restaurant industry alone. Luckily, you can still get this one back in pop machines and fast food restaurants like Wendy's, but we seriously need to get these cans back in grocery stores now. That way, I don't have to keep stealing it from my local fast food restaurant. You guys know the trick. You get a water cup and then you rip the fountain pop machine out of the wall with the forklift you were driving. Seriously, that's the oldest trick in the book. I could go for one of these mouth-watering Pepsis right now, I actually think. It sounds great. Now, number 2 is Mountain Dew Pitch Black. Pitch Black was released in 2004 to tie in with Halloween. Unfortunately, it was a limited time only deal. It has hit shelves a couple more times since then, but you can't find it anymore. The bottle of Pitch Black doesn't give any hints as to what the flavor was, but it was definitely flavorsome in the best ways. This unique drink was more tart and less sweet than the regular Mountain Dew. There's a bit of a bitterness flavor that hits at the end. There's also a hint of dew in there as well. It is basically a grape-infused dew, but it's using a tart grape instead of a sweet grape. For those of you who love regular Mountain Dew but would prefer a less sweet drink, this one is perfect for you. Why can't we just make these things an all-year thing? Like, seriously, people already get enough sweetness at Halloween, so we need this at other times of the year, please. And finally, at number 1 is Lifesavers Soda. Okay, seriously, everyone loves Lifesavers. Why would they take this one away from us? Shout out to Lifesavers candies for being the best stocking stuffer ever. We truly love them. And I'm talking about the chewy ones. I'm not saying that the hard candy version isn't good, but the chewy version is so much better. The two are basically that side-by-side meme that's like you versus the guy she told you not to worry about. The chewy ones are the guy she told you not to worry about. These tasty beverages came out with their classic flavor lineup. There's lime, cherry, grape, orange, pineapple, and fruit punch. There are so many options here that could be mixed at a pop or slushy machine. Oh my God. Can you please come back, Lifesaver Soda? Now is when we truly need you.
Coming in at number 10, we have the McDonald's Holiday Pies. It's a Christmas miracle! Yay! McDonald's are back at it again with their holiday pies. Their epic return was announced by McDonald's when they tweeted the news on November 26, 2018. If you haven't tried one, it's a vanilla custard stuffed pastry decorated with sprinkles. Who doesn't enjoy a seasonal sprinkle? Now, these are available in the States and Canada. I don't know about the UK, to be honest. I haven't lived there over Christmas for a while, so if you're watching, let me know. Also, I'm scripting this video at the beginning of December and I know that it is going up this month, but by the time you see this, you may only have a few weeks left to enjoy the delicious festive pies, so do it! If you're watching it any other time of the year, good luck waiting till Christmas for a taste of that sweet, sweet pie. Coming in at number 9, we have Taco Bell's Beefy Crunch Burrito. The rumors and the online petitions were strong, and finally in September 2018, Taco Bell announced that they were bringing back the Beefy Crunch Burrito. And not only that, it was returning from its 2-year hiatus amid a reasonably priced combo. What more can a gal ask for? I think maybe a vegetarian one of these, actually. Is that too much? Come on, Taco Bell. For $2, Beefy Crunch lovers can get the burrito with a Buy Our Blast drink, or if they are really just in it for the beef, the burrito on its own for $1.49. The burrito originally appeared for a limited time run in 2016 and is made of signature spicy ground beef and flamin' hot Fritos. The return came amid the announcement of the Naked Chicken Chalupa? Am I saying this right? I don't mean a Taco Bell. This basically involves a taco shell made of fried chicken, which actually does sound pretty good. Coming in at number 8, we have French Toast Crunch. Some people lost hope when General Mills discontinued their French Toast Crunch in 2006, but the good news is that all of those years of waiting and all of those online petitions weren't for nothing. People were enamored with the cereal pieces that were styled to look like mini slices of French toast. Have a look at them. I think they're pretty cute. Yep, it is that time of day where I'm finding cereal cute again. Send help. send snacks. I need to be stopped. The cereal brand brought them back after an 8-year hiatus in December 2014, but it took a good year for them to be fully integrated back into the market. Luckily, people are now happily tucking into the relaunched tasty cereal. At the speed I eat it, chocolate counts as fast food. Coming in at number 7, we have Cadbury's Caramilk. I remember enjoying delicious Caramilk when I was young, and in some ways I kinda liked it better. I also have a couple of friends who had it because they're allergic to cocoa, so it was pretty good for them. Caramilk was a white chocolate caramelly tasting delight that first debuted in 1968. It's an oldie, but definitely a goodie. Sadly, it saw a downward surge in popularity in the early noughties, but Honey came back with a bang in 2017, although only for a limited time. Then it was brought back again, this time for good, although the bad news is that actually it only applies to Australia and New Zealand. The Kiwi representative for Cadbury said, "We thought Caramilk would be popular when we brought it back last year, but we were shocked and amazed at how much demand there was for the caramelized white chocolate." Okay, that's all very well and good for you guys over in Australia and New Zealand, but the rest of the world needs it. I've also just found out that it is made solely in Toronto where I live, but not sold here, so I think I'm gonna have to go storm the gate. Coming in at number 6, we have McDonald's Szechuan sauce. You can all thank Rick and Morty for this one. Those of you who have seen the popular cartoon will know that Szechuan sauce became a bit of a theme, so much so that fans of the show started lobbying with McDonald's to bring it back, and so they did. Yes. Honestly, I love it when the people win. The popular sauce was originally released in the 90s to coincide with Mulan, but it saw a resurgence in February 2017 when McDonald's initially shipped 20 million packets of the sauces to its restaurants in the States. But that wasn't enough for America, let alone the rest of the world, and people got mad. Luckily, McDonald's did make more, and now it's easier to come by, although I'm not totally sure that I get it, but you know. Whatever. Okay, people are pumped for the return of this tasty treat, and I get it, it is the Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Cheeseburger at number 5. Honestly, pretzel bread is just so much better than regular bread. It's like bread, but extra and glazed. Anyway, Wendy's announced this burger in 2013 as a limited time offer, but people loved it and others were super annoyed that they never got to try it, so it was brought back in a blaze of pretzel glory 6 months later. Coming into number 4, we have the McRib. The McRib. This is another fast food item that has appeared on our discontinued list, and people have been really sad about it. Slightly more gourmet than your average McDonald's burger, the McRib is a tasty fan favorite. It's slathered in tangy barbecue sauce and topped with slivered onions and tart pickles, and it's all on a hoagie style bun. Right. It's more of a sub in shape than a burger, and it has disappeared and reappeared a number of times since it was first released in 1981, so nearly 40 years ago. Yes, it has had more comebacks than Cher, but people are excited every time, and I get it. There's even a website dedicated to locating where the sandwiches are currently appearing. There's a map and everything. You're welcome. Coming into number 3, we have Burger King's Cine Minis. I remember this being on one of my discontinued food lists, and people were like actually totally devastated when they went away. These were very popular in the 90s, but I guess that Cinnabon exploded onto the scene, putting these little treats on the back burner. Boo. All's well that ends well anyway. As of December 2018, Cine Minis are back with a delicious cinnamony bang. Burger King announced it on their Instagram at the end of November, saying they're back like they never left. Except they did. The good news is that they're back. The bad news is that they keep selling out due to popular demand. You gotta be quick when it comes to Cine Minis. Okay, so from back and sold out to sold out and back, we have what is, in my opinion, a fast food victory. The Beyond Meat burger from A&W is coming in at number 2. In summer 2018, A&W announced the Beyond Meat burger, a plant-based burger that tastes a lot like meat, but without the slaughter and the fat content. Win-win. So people went wild for it, and it was only for a limited time. I could never actually get one, which is annoying because I don't eat meat, and I thought that all of my burger dreams were about to come true. Luckily though, after being out of stock for months, a Beyond Meat burger is back, and I hear it is coming to the United States very soon too. Finally, coming into number 1, this is divisive, but I think a lot of people will be happy, we have Pizza Hut Cheesy Bites. I personally don't know how I feel about it. On the one hand, the more cheese the better, but on the other, I personally feel like the Cheesy Bites diminishes the amount of actual pizza you get, which of course I simply can't get on board with. I'd much rather have a stuffed crust at all time, or a normal crust just with extra cheese on the pizza. Oh, pizza. I love you, pizza. Pizza, you're so good. Okay, I think I've gone into a daydream food coma thinking about all that deliciousness. Rah. Anyway, it seems that the Cheesy Bites pizza re-emerged sometime in July 2018, which is absolutely fine, so long as they never bring back the hot dog crust or the cheeseburger crust abomination, because that was too far, McDonald's. Too far.
Starting us off at number 10 is the Tim Hortons Beyond Meat. For such a highly anticipated menu item, why was it only out for like a couple of months? If that. Like why? Why and why? Why? Who made that decision? When I used to be vegan, I absolutely loved this burger. I would say it was honestly one of the best in the market in terms of vegan options. The best part of their Beyond Meat series was definitely their breakfast sausage. Now most of the other restaurants just did it for their burgers, but Timmy's did breakfast as well. Inclusivity, we love it. Even my non-vegan or vegetarian friends who tried it loved it as well. I guess the demand for it wasn't high enough though, and so they discontinued it, but I took personal offense to that. Like, come on. Beyond Meat is really bloody good. Bring it back, Tim Hortons. I will create a petition if I have to. I will. Don't try me, I'll do it. Coming in at number 9 is the McDonald's Bacon Sundae. Now, although I don't eat pork because I'm Muslim, I thought I'd be inclusive. Based on what my friends have told me though, it was the perfect mix of sweet and salty, and I can totally relate because I always dip the fries in my own sundae and then eat it, and it's just perfection, like perfection. To be real, I didn't even know McDonald's had a bacon sundae. I thought there was only the chocolate, strawberry or caramel one. My personal favourite obviously being the chocolate one. Now if that Big Mac didn't really hit the spot, you could finish off your caloric splurge with a 500 calorie bacon sundae. Keyword being could, because alas, it is no more. Let me know below if you ever tried this one yourself and whether you'd want it back or not, because my friends honestly did make a strong case about it. I trust them. They're reliable sources. At number 8 is Taco Bell's Dr. Pepper Vanilla Float Freeze. The perfect pairing with any Taco Bell meal or just a nice cold treat on a hot day. I don't discriminate. Do you, boo? Now this was Taco Bell's spin on the Tim Hortons iced cap, taken to another level. And if you've never tried an iced cap yourself, what are you even doing with your life? Get on that ASAP. A little kick from the fizz with the Dr. Pepper flavour really was the perfect combo for some, although I suppose you could still order a float and then, assuming your Taco Bell has a fizzy drink fountain, just add it on yourself. In which case you can just do a swamp water float, just add on a bit of each drink to really get it going. I've never tried this one myself, maybe I should, perhaps one day. Perhaps, but I'm also not much of a fizzy drink person, so there's that. Also, can we just end this now? Is it fizzy drink, soda, or pop? I've always said fizzy drink, never said pop, will never say soda. Let me know in the comments below. Filling at number 7 slot is Pizza Hut's Make Your Own Sundae Buffet. Firstly, unpopular opinion, but Pizza Hut is my favourite pizza place aside from Papa John's. I know all the Italians are probably rolling their eyes at me right now because the pizza is so thick and greasy, but I also just hate thin pizza. I'm sorry. Sue me. But do any of you actually remember the days you could dump all the rainbow sprinkles and chocolate syrup onto your sundae at the buffet? I just want an ice cream just thinking about it. The goal was honestly to eat as little pizza and whatever else as possible to save room for the artistic sugar mountain you were gonna create at the end. Me, being the trash that I am, would still have as much pizza and garlic bread as possible and then somehow open a wormhole in my stomach and make room for the incoming sundae. A special skill that I have. Sure, there are lots of places doing this type of thing now, but I don't think anything beats Pizza Hut's version, I'm not gonna lie. I do have a soft spot for Pizza Hut, I'm not gonna lie. Now at number 6 is Little Caesars Pepperoni Crazy Bread. Again, never tried this one myself, but I have many friend reviews to fuel this one. Apparently this was the all-time side to the all-time cheapest pizza you could get. The Pepperoni Crazy Bread was the perfect thing to eat when you wanted more pizza but literally had no room for another slice. This was just the way forward to curb your craving. It'd be like that sometimes. Now I love anything pizza, bread, carb, cheese related, so I'm here for this one in spirit. Honestly, I'll just stand and support from the sidelines. Yay! Coming in at number 5, we have Wendy's Spicy Chicken Nuggets. Almost all fast food joints have traditional nuggets as well as spicy ones, but Wendy's Spicy Nuggets were the be and end all of everything. They were the ones that had you been playing some kind of chicken nugget game, they'd be the final boss that would KO the out of you. And honestly, too many fast food places nowadays throw around the term spicy and it's like, dude, this is not spicy at all. But Wendy's actually did it right for once. I've heard rumors that these are apparently back again at some branches in the US, so can someone tell me if this is true or not? I need to know, for a friend, because she may be going to the US to eat them. Not me, don't be silly. At number 4 are Burger King Cine Minis. Okay, pause everything you're doing. If there's one dessert that I love more than anything, it is Cinnabon. There's only like 2 Cinnabons in Toronto and they're so far away, so I never get it as often as I'd like to. But oh my god, what a masterpiece of a dessert. And that's coming from someone who legit does not have a sweet tooth at all, so that is saying something. The best part about these ones though were that they weren't crazy big. They kind of remind me of the mini bonds that Cinnabon did as well. So if you just wanted one or two, you didn't feel super guilty about it. Not that I ever would. Get in my belly. Literally me at any food in front of me. The Cine Minis came in boxes of 4, so perfect to share for if you're on a date or something. But please, if you're going on a preliminary date, do not take the person to Burger King. At least take them to Cinnabon. That is a step up. Not Burger King. Don't do it. Don't do it. Filling at number 3 slot is KFC's Double Down. This sandwich was essentially a greasy mess of 2 pieces of fried chicken with bacon, cheese, and of course the sauce. Probably the most unhealthy KFC menu item to ever grace this earth, but hey, we'll take it. It's fine. Honestly, after eating this, you probably would have needed to run a marathon to burn this thing off, but then also you should have definitely not tried doing that after eating one. I can see all the throw up now. But hey, 52 grams of protein, so that's a lot of gains for the broskies, you know what I mean? But also 37 grams of fat, so probably not. Say less. Again, I've never tried this sandwich, but I've heard only good things about it. My personal favorite item from KFC is their chicken popcorn. Just so easy and quick, yet so delicious. Sorry, I just had a flashback. I was staring into the distance and I had a flashback about them. Good one. Yeah. Now at number 2 is McDonald's pizza. Some of you may not remember this, and I clearly don't as well, but McDonald's pizza was a thing. When it launched, it was honestly as exciting as the new phone release. People were lining up to try the greatest fast food joint's take on the greatest fast food. Pizza. Did you know Americans order 350 slices of pizza every second? Like, that is insane. But also not, because pizza's pretty good. They ended up discontinuing it since it took 10 minutes to make, and that's not technically fast enough for fast food. Apparently there are a couple McDonald's locations in the US that still offer it, but for some reason my inner skeptic just doesn't believe that. McDonald's really has a lot of discontinued items we would all love to come back. Shout out to the McCrib and Szechuan sauce. Love that. And finally, at number 1 is Subway's $5 footlong. An economic depression has been predicted, and I guess it's low-key underway already due to the outbreak. Many people are losing their jobs and are stuck at home trying to feed themselves and their families in an affordable, manageable way. The $5 footlong was honestly the deal of the century, considering I'm pretty sure I pay more than $5 now for a 6-inch, so I mean daylight robbery, anyone? With all the other fast food I'm assuming people are devouring while in quarantine, it's safe to say we could use a cheaper and somewhat healthier option. Somewhat healthy, I mean it's still super carby and the vegetables and meats are frozen, but honestly, beggars can't be choosers, people. Not at this time. Not today. And on top of that, Subway as a company actually hasn't been doing that well in the last few years, so surely they could resurrect themselves by bringing this one back.
Starting off at number 10 now, we have Twinkies. For North Americans, they're an all-time favorite snack. For everyone else, they're that weird snack that people always talk about in movies that you've never even tried before. Twinkies are sold as a golden sponge cake with creamy filling, and first appeared in the American market as far back as 1930. Over the coming decades, it became an iconic American snack. In 1998, they released Fruit and Cream Twinkies. In 2007, they released Banana Twinkies for the King Kong movie. Things were going great. But then, on January 11, 2012, Twinkies' parent company Hostess filed for bankruptcy. Twinkie sales for that year were down 20% on the previous year. They said their customers had now found healthier foods. By November, it was all over. Weeks went by. Twinkies became rarer and rarer. Over the next few months, they began selling for extortionate prices on sites like eBay, up to $5,000 for a single Twinkie. I'm not sure if anyone actually bought them for that, but that's what they were listed as. It was the Twinkie apocalypse, if I'm honest. Then, in March 2013, after 4 months in the wilderness, Twinkie fans saw hope. Twinkies and other Hostess brands were purchased out of bankruptcy by Apollo Global Management for $410 million. By July, they were back on the shelves for good, crisis averted. At least for now. Next up at number 9 now we have crispy M&Ms. Now I'll be honest here, I'm not the biggest fan of M&Ms. I don't hate them, I don't really mind them, I just know that there are a lot of people out there who like them a lot more than me. There are so many different types though, and one that really seemed to get people excited when they were first released were crispy M&Ms. They came out in 1999 and were designed to be a slightly larger version of the milk chocolate variety, and also featured a crispy wafer center. They were very popular, but in the M&M world things move quickly, and they were mostly discontinued in the US in 2003. Not in Europe and Australia though. Maybe they just, I don't know, forgot to discontinue them there. Over the years, M&M released pretzel M&Ms, an M&M chocolate bar, mega M&Ms. Sure, they had their fans, but there were growing calls for the return of the crispy M&Ms. In 2015, the company gave in and crispy M&Ms were re-released in the US. At the number 8 spot now, we have the Burger King chicken fries. These were instantly a huge hit when Burger King released them initially in 2005. They were intended to be one of the larger, adult-oriented products with better quality ingredients than standard menu items. The product was part of a series of products introduced that were designed to expand Burger King's menu. Apparently, they were specifically aimed at 24 to 36-year-old males, but I don't know, everyone seemed to love them. After 7 years though, they were discontinued in the US in 2012, but were still sold in some markets such as Italy. In August 2014, they were introduced for a limited time in North America. Burger King was surprised about their success. It seemed that their plan for 2005 just needed like another 10 years or so. In March 2015, they were permanently re-added to the menu in over 30 countries worldwide. At the number 7 spot now, we have Hydrox cookies. For someone who's never had one of these before, these things look like Oreos but have a name like a cleaning product. Well, that's right. I mean, the Oreo thing is, there's no cleaning chemicals in them, I think. This cream-filled chocolate sandwich cookie first hit the market in 1908 and was actually the inspiration for Oreos, which came out 4 years later. Fans of Hydrox say they have a less sweet filling and a crunchier cookie shell that doesn't get as soggy in milk. It's funny because nowadays people think that Hydrox is a sort of cheap imitation when it's actually always been the original. It was partially because of this competition with Oreo that the cookies struggled for many decades. In the end, it was discontinued in 1999 after Sunshine, the producer, was acquired by Keebler and later Kellogg's. It seemed like it was all over, but amazingly, in 2015, it was reintroduced by Leaf Brands and has been on our shelves ever since. Coming in at number 6 now, we have the Double Down. KFC fans will recognize this as a sandwich with fried chicken instead of bread. Inside is bacon, cheese, and the Colonel's secret sauce. Interesting fact here, it was originally going to be announced as an April Fool's joke before its release in the US. When people actually showed some interest though, they went ahead and just launched the item anyway on April 12th, 2010. The TV commercial for them said, "So much 100% premium chicken, we don't have room for a bun." The joke really spiraled out of hand when the Double Down began selling like wildfire. When they released it in Canada for a limited time, one KFC in British Columbia had sold out by lunchtime. Hopefully they were being sold to, different people. Over the next few years, the Double Down kept disappearing and reappearing on menus around the world, but by mid-2011, they were pretty much a permanent fixture again. Next up at number 5 now, we have Surge. Okay, this one isn't technically a snack. It's more of a drink, but with the amount of sugar in it, some people could actually call it food. It was released as a citrus-flavored soft drink in 1997 by Coca-Cola. They wanted to launch a direct competitor to Pepsi's Mountain Dew. They marketed it as a more hardcore version of the two drinks. Yeah, sugary drinks, hardcore. The drink sold well into the new millennium, but by 2003, sales had faltered and Surge was discontinued. The drink might have gone, but its fans didn't. Over the next 10 years, they started online groups and began to campaign Coca-Cola to re-release the drink. It was called the Surge Movement. There's national revolutions with less excitement than this. After 11 years, their efforts paid off. Coca-Cola re-released Surge on September 15th, 2014 in the US, available only on Amazon Prime. By 2018, Surge had returned to an international market over 20 years after its initial release. Next up at number 4 now, we have French Toast Crunch. This cereal was first launched by General Mills in 1995 and was designed to be like mini slices of French toast in both appearance and taste. However, they eventually changed it to be more like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. On the back of the box it read, "New French Toast Crunch for a taste that will have you flipping." Wendell has cooked up an awesome new cereal with all the stuff you love. Delicious French toast cereal with syrup specially baked into every crunchy piece, and each scrumptious piece looks and tastes like French toast. Grab your spoon and discover this crunchy sensation for a taste that will have you flipping. A taste that will have you flipping. Amazing. Do cereal boxes even have that kind of stuff on them anymore? I don't really eat much cereal, as you can tell. It was discontinued in 2006 after 11 years. Eventually, popular demand made General Mills reintroduce French Toast Crunch on December 5th, 2014. Coming in at number 3 now, we have the McRib. This one really needs no introduction, but here we go. The McRib is the barbecue flavored pork sandwich sold by McDonald's since its release in 1981. It tends to either attract or repulse people. McDonald's did a few test markets and it seemed to show a positive reaction from the customers. It was also developed by a guy called René Arendt, who invented McDonald's chicken nuggets. So yeah, McDonald's thought they were pretty much onto a winner here and began rolling it out almost everywhere. The next 4 years didn't go so great though. Sales were mediocre at best, and it was removed in 1985 as McDonald's executives determined that pork is not eaten frequently enough in the United States to justify keeping it on the menu. It wasn't the end though. In the past 20 years or so, the McRib has made a number of appearances for special occasions. It's even returned permanently in Germany. So yeah, it's not really fair to say it's discontinued now when McDonald's just bring it back every few months somewhere, and you can get one in Germany whenever. I just mentioned that. At the number 2 spot now, we have cheese balls. I did a few videos talking about discontinued snacks last year, and this was one of the products that I talked about. I thought they were gone forever. That's why I put them on the list, obviously. Then, in summer 2018, they made a triumphant return. For anyone unfamiliar with them, they're an old school favorite in the US, puffed cheese flavored corn snacks sold by Planters since 1981. With competitors writing up left, right and center, and supermarkets making their own cheaper versions, cheese balls were eventually discontinued. Then in 2018, Planters made an announcement saying, "We heard many impassioned pleas for us to bring cheese balls and cheese curls back over the years, and we wanted to give our fans a chance to reunite with their most missed cheesy snack. We made sure our cheese balls and cheese curls still have the same delicious taste, any texture and fluorescent color you know and love, so our fans can enjoy a nostalgic trip down memory lane with every canister." Amazing. I just love the amount of pure passion that people have for a small cheese flavored corn snack. This is what life is all about. And finally, number 1 now, we have Fruity Yummy Mummy and Fruit Brute cereal. Wacky names, even wackier cereal. These cereals belong to the Monster cereals released by General Mills. They launched in 1971 and were based around 5 classic horror characters. There was Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Boo Berry, Fruit Brute, and Fruity Yummy Mummy. Wow. For some reason, those first 3 were a success. General Mills has been releasing them seasonally almost every single year. Fruit Brute was released in 1974 and discontinued in 1982 to be replaced with Fruity Yummy Mummy, which itself was discontinued in 1992. The years rolled by and Monster cereal fans almost forgot about these missing characters and the fruity cereals they represented. In August 2013 though, General Mills released all 5 Monster cereals in the lead up to Halloween that year. It was the first time in 31 years that the discontinued flavors have made a return. In the years since then, it seems that the long lost Monster cereals are finally back for good, and it's like they were never gone in the first place.
Making bacon at number 10, we have the Jack in the Box Bacon Shake. At a whopping 1,100 calories per shake, the Jack in the Box Bacon Shake is pretty much a main course and a dessert all rolled into one. In a previous episode, we talked about a Burger King bacon ice cream sundae, but Jack in the Box Shake went the whole hog, so to speak, with its full flavor. Although actually, no pig flesh was mixed into the drink, it was all just bacon flavored syrup. To me, it actually still sounds really gross. This was introduced for a promotional period in 2012, but discontinued a few months later. Coming into number 9, we have the Twix McFlurry. I don't know what the point is in getting attached to a McFlurry flavor. They're always switched in and out faster than a strobe light at a rave, and I'm just left heartbroken every time. For me, the Twix McFlurry is perfection. Ice cream, chocolate, biscuit, caramel, yum 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 yum. Oh, alas though, I haven't seen it on the menu since 2015, and honey wants me a Twix. Coming into number 8, we have the Burger King Meatloaf Sandwich. Back in 1993, Burger King were trialing a classier experience. The meatloaf sandwich was said to be delicious and emerged when the King was trialing table service. If you wanted, you could have the meatloaf sandwich with a side of jacket potato, which almost actually sounds classy. Sadly, this beaut was taken away in the mid-90s. Coming into number 7, we have Taco Bell Enchiritos. The disappearance of the Enchirito in 2013 sparked a whole whole article questioning its disappearance from the Huffington Post. Literally, a whole article dedicated to this one menu item. This cross between an enchilada and a burrito, topped with all of the cheese, was served in a little tin tray. People loved the tin tray. It first disappeared in 1993, but then it came back in 1999, although it was never as good as the hearty tin tray offering. Sadly, the tin tray was gone, as were the olives. After 2013, it hasn't been seen again. This is probably due to the emergence of the smothered burrito. Get me some of this sweet, sweet, sweet dipping action at number 6. We have the Pizza Hut Big Dippers. So this was a little bit like the Bigfoot from the previous episode, but the slices were rectangle, not square, making them perfect finger food and great for dipping into the little dips provided. This kind of pizza experience would also make me feel a lot better about life because the slices are so tiny that really I could trick myself into not feeling guilty. Sadly, the Big Dipper was last seen somewhere in 2016. I like to think that all of the celebrities taken away from us last year are enjoying a big dipper party in heaven somewhere, with like David Bowie passing a slice of veggie delight to Carrie Fisher. Dipping, dipping. From heaven to hell, we have the Buffalo Pulled Pork Burger from KFC. It actually looked really sad. It's almost like a cruel trick from Hades himself. I love getting way too overdramatic about food, as you can tell by the way. Hades. Okay, but what were KFC actually thinking when they deviated from chicken? In Australia, a barbecue pulled pork burger was introduced, but it was nothing like it was advertised. The advertisements made it look like the bun was going to be filled with all kinds of glorious pulled pork, but no, it was barely there. The promotional period is up for the bun, and I think for a lot of people it's good riddance, although some people are sad and do miss them. To these people I say there are plenty of better places for pulled pork than Kentucky Fried Chicken. It was almost a mistake from the very beginning. Coming into number 4, we have Taco Bell Lunchables. 20 years ago, you used to be able to get Taco Bell Lunchables. Lunchables with like little taco shells and cheese, which for me sounds pretty great. They also kind of came with a Capri Sun, which is always fun. The commercial for it was all kinds of lols too. Sadly, while many Lunchables do exist on the market, the golden era is over, so goodbye Taco Bell offering. Coming into number 3, we have the chili cheese burrito from Taco Bell. Chili cheese. Yes. I've always really felt like there's a reason that cheese rhymes with yes please, just because when cheese is on the menu, the answer is always yes please. Taco Bell used to have a chili cheese burrito, and these days it bounces in and out of the menu like nobody's business. Obviously, there is a change.org petition to bring these babies back. I'm thinking that maybe it's more the frustration of not knowing where you stand with this burrito. One day it's here, the next day it's not. For me, it's confusing. More yes please to cheese at number 2, we have Burger King's Cheesemas. In Europe in 2013, the festive gods at Burger King rolled out Cheesemas to its humble disciples in Europe. They had the Santa chicken sandwich, which featured breaded chicken breast, steakhouse sauce, Edam, Massam cheese slices, and the usual salad. The Santa Claus burger was the same thing, but with a beef patty. In the UK, we got Emmental cheese bites with a festive red berry sauce, and I am for one thinking bring back the cheese. Yes. Also bring back the nice red berry sauce. For me, every day is Cheesemas. Feast your eyes on this baby at number 1. We have the Red Samurai Burger from Burger King. Okay, I may have moaned about the black burger, but I think I'm actually coming around to novelty burgers now that I've seen this vision in red. Burger in red. Ow. In Japanese Burger King stores, the Red Samurai Burger was released for a limited time in 2015. It was your usual burger, but with a tomato red bun, red cheese, and hot sauce. So yeah, I think I'd take it. What about you guys?